Hey, how you doing? I'm Brendan Flick. I'm a senior studying marketing here at Penn State. I would say I found a way to align my interests with my academic needs. And I think, as a freshman, I found that, if I could lock in, different interests that I had and mix it in with different academics, and I felt like, that would be something I'd definitely be passionate about. I would say probably the new business partnerships realm. I would say just because you can tell a story that way, and I feel like, you can get very creative. And, for me, myself, I kind of like to look into the storytelling aspect of different partnerships or different new business. If you're in new business, then you could kind of create. And if you're in partnerships, you can collaborate and, use that creation that you have. Say this past summer, I was out in Los Angeles doing an internship for United Entertainment Group, which I thought was fantastic. I met a ton of great people out there, definitely connected with a ton of professionals within the industry. And, along with that internship, I'm also part of the Penn State Sports Business Conference, which I've also connected with a ton of high-level professionals in that too, which helped me lead to ending up in Los Angeles with that internship. So. I would say, not biased being an Eagles fan, but probably Howie Roseman, just because his story. He started out as a salary cap intern and he kind of knew what he wanted to be coming out of college, and he locked into that idea and then, rose up through the ranks through the years. And now he's having a heck of a year and a heck of a career. So. I would say definitely leadership, creativity, organization, among many. But I feel like those three stand out because, if you're not creative, then, really it's hard to offer a lot of value in terms of, the sports industry as a whole, I feel like. And, if you're not organized, then you can't be on top of the stuff that you need to do. Along with that, leadership is so important just because you're going to need to lead people at some point, and no better places to than now. So. Yeah, I would say, the main thing for me is social media. And I'd say along with that, just, kind of watching, ESPN or something like that, or whatever Fox Sports has on CBS, all the different stuff. But also a lot of it is, for me at least too, is podcasts or newsletters. I think there's a lot of great content out there that you can listen to or read or watch that involves a ton of, new innovative stuff in the industry and a ton of research stuff as well. So, yeah, I would say in the conference when I was a sophomore, we had Pat Kraft slated to speak as a keynote, and he ended up having to bail because of something, regarding one of the sports teams here. And, we had to quickly substitute a keynote speaker, which is something you plan out pretty far in advance. And, by doing so, it just helped kind of shape how to deal with a crisis, how to be adaptive in terms of, making sure that you can find a proper substitute or having that backup plan. So we ended up finding a great backup for that speaker slot. Obviously everyone talks about the NIL space, but I would like to relate that to the agency space. I think you're going to see a lot more agents start to dive into these athletes a lot earlier than they would have, just based on, the NIL. If you're receiving that in high school now, then these agents can, kind of catch you at that part in your life, which is probably risky in terms of where it's headed, because these kids are only 16, 17, and then once they get to college they're still kids. So if you have these agents with these full-fledged law degrees, it's tough to say where it's headed. But I think with that space you'll definitely see the most growth in the next 5 years. Yeah, I would say hopefully one day, I know everyone says like GM, obviously, that would be incredible, but I would say, hopefully running one of the agencies or kind of marketing companies that is a big entertainment or sports provider in that space. Hopefully one day if I can be able to lead that company or lead the people that work for it, that would be the dream there. So. I would say, obviously, everyone's gonna say take advantage of the clubs and everything around here, which is 100% true. But don't be too hard on yourself so early. If you feel like you're not involved enough early when you're in the first 3 months of being here, that's totally fine. You gotta take time to adapt for yourself and kind of learn the campus. And then figure out, what at least industry you want to go into. You don't have to be super specific with, I want to be this, I want to be that. If you are, that's great. But if you just want to kind of pinpoint the industry you want to be into, then that's totally fine, because, there's no reason to be so hard on yourself early on, being in college, being away from home for the first time like that. It's tough. So, but definitely get involved, find stuff you like, find people you like, and align yourself with them. And, just keep taking advantage of what Penn State has to offer. So. Let's do, why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. So corny.
I really like